Welcome to the Nightly Rant
with
your hosts, Mike
and Torya.
This is the show where we examine society from a sarcastic point of view.
If you like insane conversations, this is definitely the show for you.
Let's get into today's topic. YPN people, I don't know about you, but I love helping out a friend. That's why I want to shout out my friend Brian Little and his podcast, Your Favorite Blockhead. This is the only show that manages to weave together peanuts and MMA into one heck of an amazing podcast. You can find Your Favorite Blockhead wherever your favorite podcasts reside and at yourfavoriteblockhead.com. Do me a huge favor and listen to Brian's show. You'll be entertained and you'll help out a friend. Now, as I said, let's get into today's topic. So everybody, you're not going to believe it. This episode of the Nightly Rant tonight is a solo episode. And I am here tonight, just Mike, to talk to you about my opinion of people who don't tell the entire truth. People who don't tell the entire truth drive me absolutely crazy. Why bother telling me any part of your damn story if you're not going to tell me all of the story and be truthful about it? It makes absolutely no sense to me to tell somebody part of the story and expect them to be able to judge who's right and who's wrong off of just part of the story. This is not about who wants to be right and who wants to be wrong. It's about what happened. Now, you notice what I said there. I didn't say it was about who's right or wrong. I said it's about what happened. Because in every situation where there are opposing parties, well, here goes my brain. We're going to say every, but there could be the potential exception where both sides are wrong. That's the potential exception. That there's actually a third option. But we're going to assume for now that one of the two of them is right and one of the two of them is wrong. That means that any time there's a conflict between two people, there's always going to be someone who's right and there's always going to be someone who's wrong. So rather than worrying about that, let's just talk about what happened. And we can lay out what happened in the order that it happened. And by doing that, you're allowing everyone to see the entire story without any fabrications and then come to a conclusion about what happened. So again, it's about what happened. You just have to give everybody who's judging the opportunity to see the entire story, all of it, nothing hidden. That's really super important in this situation because what we want is for the truth to come out. And sometimes when the truth comes out, I could be right. And sometimes when the truth comes out, whoever I'm opposed to could be right. That's just a fact. What we care about is the truth. We don't care about who's right in one situation and who's right in a different situation. We just care about what happened. The actual truth of the matter. And that's it. That's all you have to care about. So why must people lie? That's the thing I don't understand. Now, on some levels, I can understand that there might be a strategic reason to stretch the truth a little bit. But I have to feel like that reason should be one where there was no malice, there was no malicious intent. Maybe you're tired of being badgered about something. And so you say something that you know isn't true, but even if it was true, it's not going to cause anybody any harm. You do that, and immediately someone accuses you of an illegal act. fact that they don't believe that you actually did said illegal act exists. There's evidence that they don't believe it. I'm not going to say here what that evidence could possibly be, but there's evidence of it. And yet, people assert these things anyway. And it's so damn bogus. It's just damn bogus. But that's okay. That's exactly what dirty political people do when they are caught. They try to say the opponent was dirty and that the opponent tried dirty tricks. They try very hard to pass that narrative off as fact. But the problem is that exactly what they're trying to pass off as fact that the other side is doing, they're clearly doing themselves. And they're just making up the story that their opponent did it. And that's how that shit works. Just make accusations and see which ones possibly can stick. And it's wrong. It's not how things should work. It should be about what happened. Because the truth is what it is. And the problem is that a lot of times you can't understand a certain situation without understanding a bunch of parts of earlier situations from the same person's life. Because obviously life is a series of events that connect to one another that lead you down a path. And they expose you to different experiences along the way. And they expose you to different attitudes, different people's conduct. It is what it is. But sometimes you take something out of context and try to frame that as who the person is. Well, that's just disingenuous. Because who a person is the totality of the things that they do, not an isolated incident. And if you want to claim that posting a meme and that shows Red Foreman, the guy who's crazy for what word? I'm waiting for it. What word was it? A little louder, guys. Say it louder. That's right. He's known for the word dumbass. Specifically, he would say, dumbass. And, well, he would threaten to put his foot up your ass. That's just what Red Foreman from that 70s show, that's what he's about. And it was his way of basically saying, your story doesn't make a damn bit of sense. So that's how I see that character. He is just incredulous that his son is so dumb all of the time. He cannot believe it. And that's why he continuously uses the word dumbass and says he's going to put his foot in his ass. That's why. I don't want to bore you with any more of those details. That's why. And it's the same reason that once in a conversation when someone was acting completely ridiculously stupid, instead of calling them completely and ridiculously stupid, I posted the dumbass meme. And it was literally a picture of Red Foreman and the words dumbass, or do people know that you're a dumbass? Something to that effect on it. Once again, Red Foreman just saying, you're ridiculous. You're being dumb about this. Why are you doing that? That's it. Showing the absurdity of a situation. Using Red flippin' Foreman. But no, let's turn that into what an evil person I am. Because, I'm such an evil person. I'm so bad. Everybody knows that I'm such an evil person. It's why there's so many people telling me how cuckoo crazy certain people are and how, I don't know, ridiculous their attacks are. I guess would be the overall common theme throughout all of the conversations that I've had. And people see the attacks and they have their own opinion about those said attacks. And most of them are on my side. Most of them see it my way. And I feel like that is something really important to understand going off into the future. Because you know what's going to happen now in the future? I'm going to shut that shit off. Just not even going to pay attention to it. I'm going to focus on the goal, which is to weed out the crap that's going on in our government. That's the goal. We will accomplish that goal. Thanks for listening. This was a solo episode of the Nightly Rant. So I think, keeping with the tradition, Torya should say goodnight, everyone, and I should say hasta la bye-bye. But the problem is, Torya is not here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do her part and my part. So, good night, everyone. Hasta la bye-bye, dingus.
Thank you for listening to the Nightly Rant.
If you enjoyed the show, please give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts or Google Play.
If you didn't enjoy the show, please just ignore that previous request for a rating.
This has been a Yogi's Podcast Network production.